The golden rule is not just Christian, folks. This video is about how 5 major religions all say the exact same thing. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the Heathen Bible Study. I'm Clay. I'm a Wiccan, spiritual seeker. I believe in manifestation. I believe in ancient aliens. I love all of that stuff. But first and foremost, I believe that every religious text has something for all of us. We're all here to learn, and there are a million different ways to climb up that mountain. The golden rule is fascinating because it shows up everywhere. Christianity, of course, Buddhism, Hermeticism, right? It shows up in the book The Secret. It shows up in all kinds of places in all kinds of different ways. And we're just going to explore why this principle is so important to making sure that we care about the person who isn't us, but how that actually means we're caring about ourselves, because we're all one. We're all just fingers of God. We're all just aspects of creation. However you want to say it, you're me and I'm you, and we got to treat ourselves better. So I've got all 3 translations. I'm still missing the 3rd book, right? But ChatGPT has helped me out a whole lot. This is the most famous passage from the Bible, Matthew 7:12, and we're going to go through the 3 readings from these 3 books, the NIV, the NLT, and the NRSV. So let's just open up and see what these books have to say. So here we are with the NLT, New Living Translation. 7, well, I don't see where it says 12. I'm going to be honest. I'm not used to reading the Bible. But 7 starts with, do not judge others. Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others. The standard you use in judging is the standard by which you will be judged. And why worry about a speck in your friend's eye when you have a log in your own? How can you think of saying to your friend, let me help you get rid of that speck in your eye, when you can't see past the log in your own eye? Hypocrite! First get rid of the log in your own eye. Then you will see well enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eye. Don't waste what is holy on who are unholy, on people who are unholy. Don't throw your pearls to pigs. They will trample the pearls, then turn back and attack you. Then there is a section called Effective Prayer. Keep on asking, and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives. Everyone who seeks finds. And to everyone who knocks, the door will be opened. You parents, if your children ask for a loaf of bread, do you give them a stone instead? Or if they ask for a fish, do you give them a snake? Of course not. So, if you sinful people know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your heavenly Father give good gifts to those who ask him? And then the golden rule. Do to others whatever you would like them to do to you. This is the essence of all that is taught in the law and the prophets. Took us a minute to get there, but those were some interesting passages. Let's see what the New Revised Standard Version has to say. All right, and yep, it starts out with judging others, then profaning the holy, ask, search, knock, and then, of course, 7:12, the golden rule. But I'm just going to go ahead and read from the beginning like I did from 7. So why not? Matthew 7:12, starting at 7:1. Do not judge, so that you may not be judged. For with the judgment you make, you will be judged. Interesting. Do not judge, so that you may not be judged. For with the judgment you make, you will be judged. And the measure you give will be the measure you get. Why do you see the speck in your neighbor's eye, but do not notice the log in your own eye? Or how can you say to your neighbor, let me take the speck out of your eye, while the log is in your own eye. You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your neighbor's eye. Different, harder to read, but still the same. Profaning the holy. Do not give what is holy to dogs, and do not throw your pearls before swine, or they will trample them underfoot and turn and maul you. Oh, that is a bit different, isn't it? I'm glad I got these books. I'm so curious to see what the NIV has to say about this. Ask, search, knock. Ask, and it will be given to you. Search, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened for you. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who searches finds. And for everyone who knocks, the door will be opened. Is there anyone among you, if your child asks for bread, will give a stone? Or if the child asks for a fish, will give a snake? If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask him? So that certainly sounds a whole lot like that manifestation mirror principle stuff, where if you expect the mirror to smile, you better be smiling. Where if you expect good things for you, good things will come. We're all here. We're all supported. The universe is here to make sure we're happy, not to make us suffer. This is interesting. And then that comes to the golden rule. In everything, do to others as you would have them do to you. For this is the law and the prophets. All right, I have to look into ChatGPT to see what the NIV Bible says, and it doesn't have all of that stuff in it because I just asked for 712. So the NIV version, according to ChatGPT, says, "So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets." And it says, ChatGPT, "This version is very similar in tone to the others you're using, while still feeling modern and readable. It's another great reference to include when showing consistency teaching across this translation and belief systems." Interesting. So, what did we learn, folks? Well, we learned that we're going to dive into Confucianism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, and Judaism really quick, right? We're going to hit up Islam and Judaism because they're the most similar, because, in my opinion, they come from the same place. Well, yeah, discussions later in the comments. Let me know. Islam says, none of you truly believes until he wishes for his brother what he wishes for himself. Prophet Muhammad, Sahih al-Bukhari. Probably said that wrong. Judaism from the Talmud. What is hateful to you, do not do to your fellow. This is the whole Torah. The rest is the explanation. Hillel the Elder is who that's attributed to. Says ChatGPT. Correct me down below. I want to be corrected. I want to know we're doing this right. Buddhism. Treat not others in ways that you yourself would find hurtful. From the Buddha, book Udana Varga 518. Hinduism. This is the sum of duty. Do not do to others what would cause pain if done to you. The Mahabharata 1517. That's a big book. Confucianism. Do not impose on others what you do not wish for yourself. Confucius, Analects 1523. So that certainly sounds to me like treating people the way you want to be treated is a universal law. Now we're going to get woo with it. From The Secret. The energy you put out is the energy you get back. Neville Goddard. The world is yourself pushed out. Abraham Hicks. You attract what you are, not what you want. So it sounds to me like this isn't some dogmatic thing. This is something that anybody who is trying to teach people how to live correctly is going to focus on and make one of the core precepts of their teachings. We are each other. If God made us in his image, we are all pieces of the same God. And when we hurt each other, we hurt ourselves. We hurt God. We don't respect the creation and the love that we were created from by not loving that creation. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know. I know I'm doing this here on my own in my tattoo studio, but I'd love to get a dialogue going. I'd love to get your curiosity sparked, and I'd love to know what Christians, non-Christians, non-religious people, scientists, atheists, whoever, I'd love to hear from you folks, and I'd love to get a real dialogue going about this topic specifically, obviously about other topics as well in the future, but I think we're hitting on something really important here, that there are things, that there is a shared foundation that we can come from that is about mutual respect, and that mutual respect starts with respecting yourself, and then when you come to the table with self-respect, you are going to come to the table with respect for others, right? When you get rid of the log in your eye, then you can help others with the speck in theirs. And that perspective really speaks to me about, hey, can you recognize that actually what's clouding your vision is bigger than what's clouding their vision out there? And that might not always be true, but that's the lesson in the rule set here, right? Is that really self-examine, know thyself, and know what your blockages are to seeing the truth in reality. And are you seeing through a broken lens or a clouded lens? And if you are, how can you possibly help others see through an unclouded or unbroken lens? Because all you're going to do, in my opinion, is share your log with them, is share the way your vision is clouded with them. And so you're going to say, hey, I've got a log in my eye. That's the way you view the world. And you're going to go around putting logs in people's eyes if you're trying to help. And we can't be doing that, right? And again, this doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're coming from politically. If we're not able to evaluate our own beliefs and our own dogma, our own perspective on the world, and see where maybe inaccuracies or prejudices lie, then we're not going to be able to help each other. We're not going to be able to communicate with each other effectively. And we're going to go around seeing only part of the picture. You know, it was really popular to, ask, what would Jesus do, right? Back when we all had those little rubber bracelets, right? This is important. Jesus kicked the banks out of the church. He did some really, how do I say this, controversial things for his time. And we need to be willing to do controversial things in our time. And to me, one of the most controversial things to do right now is speak openly from your heart and truly tell people what it is, where it is you're coming from. And we've got to do that, right? We can't let the little keyboard warriors stop us from expressing ourselves. But that's the catch-22, right? That dividing line is, are you expressing the log in your eye? Are you seeing this situation from a clouded or partial perspective? And are you seeing the whole thing? And of course, if you are, that's what we're here to do. We're here to share. We're here to get the logs out of our eyes, the specks out of our eyes, and come to a shared vision of what the outside world looks like. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to do, is get on my soapbox for a little bit, show that the golden rule exists everywhere, right? Whether you're a mystic, whether you're a, a Christian, whether you're a Buddhist, whether you're, even if you're an atheist, you know that human rights matter, right? That, if you're a gay marriage person, hey, if marriage is right for people, if it's right for me, isn't it right for everybody? Right? Whatever it is, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. However that saying works, there's a million different ways we can talk about and frame the golden rule. And that's all I really wanted to do today, was hopefully start a dialogue with you folks about this video, about this topic, so that we can share our own ideas, our own experiences with the golden rule. When was a time that you, even though you didn't agree with the person and the speck in their eye, or maybe even the log in their eye, about how they were coming to the table and what they were saying and what they were doing, were you still able to treat them with the golden rule? Have you been treated in a way that did not reflect the golden rule? And if so, can we have open and honest conversations about these examples that we've all experienced in our own life, where maybe we didn't step up to the plate in a way that made us proud, or whether we justified our behavior based on somebody else stepping up to the plate that we totally disagreed with and thought was wrong? Were we able to turn the other cheek? That's what this video has been about. That's what I want to make all of these videos about, is not necessarily the golden rule, but how so many of the teachings in the Bible are reflected all over the world in so many different religions. And what are those core value sets that we can all agree on and start a constructive dialogue in America? And instead of tearing each other down, how do we build each other up and create a cohesive and successful, loving culture that we're going to be proud to hand to our children? So yeah, thanks for joining me today. If this resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, right? Give me a subscribe. We're going to start doing this hopefully a lot. I can guarantee we'll be doing it once a week, but I'd like to do it more often than that, because the Bible's big. There's a lot to get through. Even at once a week, it's going to take me years to do this. So hopefully we can get a few videos going a week. I can get a few videos going a week and find that time to do that, because I think this is important. So if you think it's important too, subscribe, like, comment, and let's build something together. So yeah, thank you very much, folks. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And that one's going to be about, is God love? And what does that even mean? That verse is going to be from John 4:8. And so, yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys there in that video, and we will just keep this ball rolling, folks. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully I'll see you guys out there in the real world. Thanks.